You're right.
About...
About knowing who you are. I'm the captain of the guard, I'm loyal, strong, and I don't look too bad naked.
Exactly. And if I called you a mannish, awkward, ball-crushing do-gooder, you'd say...
Shut up, whore.
That's my go.
I don't know if I'd say that specifically. That seems a bit excessive to say that. Honestly.
An adventurer. Do you need new armor? Anything?
Okay.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Good. Carry on.
I'm so late. The Chamberlain is going to have my hide.
Unwanted competition helps no one. A bunch of foreign assassins are roaming the streets looking for some fool mage. Can't have these people killing without contracts. It's chaos. Get rid of all these fools before they bring the guard down on us all. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm on an important errand.
Sometimes I get turned around.
All right. Let's just get this over with.
A dupe.
No, the sermon. The finger wagging, the guilt trips. Telling me how an unexamined life isn't worth living.
I wasn't going to...
You weren't? You weren't going to tell me to comfort the needy and give freely of myself.
From what I hear, you already give yourself quite freely.
Ooh, you got me there.
come back for it later. Hopefully I'll be there. Some of it. Okay. Go. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
You go. Run. Oh, God! That's better. Alright. Alright. Okay. That was not fun. Fighting assassins is never good. It's never good to fight assassins. I wonder.
Yes, I'm going to get it, be done with it. Yes, that's for you. Okay. Wait. She's the one who mixes that up more.
So you're a prince, are you?
That is apparently true.
There's doubt?
I've accepted the burden. That's all that matters. Why do you ask, guard captain?
The entitled types are always trouble.
In that case, I'm glad I don't count myself as one.
They never do.
Ah, good point. Very true. Yeah, fighting those two assassins at once was not fun.
I hit a nut once.
I understand you are of noble birth.
My father was a chevalier. He had to flee Orlais when his patron was murdered.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have been suited for the life of an Orlesian noblewoman anyway.
But surely you wish it had been different. To be a lady of Orlais and not a city guardsman.
Not for one moment. I'd rather kill a bandit and save a merchant's family than know the correct dance steps and which rouge is in fashion.
Do you have coin to spare, Messer? My children are starving.
I hope this helps.
Thank you. Make a smile on you. Do you have coin to spare, Messer? My children are starving.
I hope this helps.
Thank you. Make a smile on you.
If I get power, I'm going to do something to organize a systematic relief effort. of people.
This winter lowdown is too sunny.
Oh, child, you haven't been up there, have you? That's terrible. We gotta do something about this. Seriously. Well, okay. Everybody go this way, go this way, go this way, go this way. Okay. Run them over here, run them over here, run them over here. Okay, so far so good.
A good hit. You hit like my grandmother. Make it good. You will get all.
See if there's any more. But no, we have to do something about the children that live down here. And the people. It doesn't have to be like this.
I ate a nut once. It was brown.
Ah, kid.
The Templars have become more active in their hunt for me. I won't be able to stay here long.
Maybe we can have you stay at our place temporarily or find a different one. Maybe with Meryl. Then they might do a two birds with one stone thing. Maybe Varric and Isabella can arrange something for you. Get you in a safe place. Let me just make sure everything is cleared out. Yeah, we've done it. Sure there's nothing else funny going on down here. Near as I can tell, there isn't. So far, the combined intelligence from Varric, Aveline, Isabella, even Anders has been pretty useful for catching on to these different bands of assassins that the Chantry wants. Just goes to show how people in need often will not go to the Chantry. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they won't.
I swear I haven't.
Nah, it's only the buff.
Smash them good.
Come on, puppy.
Waste of life, but not my choice.
Okay. All right. Hey, guardsman, it would have been nice if you'd helped. Yeah, evening to you too. Just sitting there doing nothing, not helping us. Aveline, you've got to work on the men's discipline. I mean, seriously, that's inexcusable. Okay. Huh.
The Maker didn't free me.
I see you've been thinking about what I said.
I freed myself. If the Maker did anything, he watched. Why should I thank him for that?
Is it so hard to believe the Maker cares for you? Maybe he gave you the chance to.
It doesn't feel like the Maker cares for me, or anyone.
We all make our own choices to do good as well as evil. That is our doing, not the Maker's.
Perhaps. It's been a long time since I gave it any thought.
It's not too late to start.
Okay, the combined intelligence from Varric, even Isabella's contacts, Aveline's guard captain and his formats, all brought together, even a little bit from Anders, particularly from Varric. So here we go.
You keep staring at me. Is it my eyes again?
You're very lanky for an elf. I like lanky.
From what I gather, you like a lot of things.
Nonsense. But when I see something I like, I go after it.
Do you intend to go after me, then?
Will you take off all that spiky armor you're wearing?
It's been known to happen.
Then forget it.
Pickier than you might think.
You want a pint while we're here, Hawk? I'll buy.
Happy now?
Okay.
Need a little special something for that special someone.
Not particularly. Not particularly.
Ah, you've returned.
Yes, I have.
Everything's quiet here in the mansion. For the moment.
Okay.
Slow day.
So, what duties did you have? As a slave, I mean.
Not this again.
I heard that Tevinter slaves are kept oiled so they glisten. Did your master oil you up? Did you glisten for him?
I was his bodyguard.
Always close at hand. Always within reach. Glistening.
You have an entire story written in your head already, don't you?
Where do I even begin with this? I don't know, Isabel. Normally, yeah. She can't help what she is. She can't help what she is. Okay. Yep, that guy will just walk. Okay.
Another time, friend talk. Many of them, hopefully.
So, I noticed some notes on the table the other day. Interesting work. What's a speed griffin? Do they zip around Thedas, terrorizing Darkspawn with their lightning reflexes? Speed griffin. Good one.
You don't like me, Guard Captain?
I've no issue, so long as the fight over your title stays in Starkhaven. Exactly like it hasn't.
Should I apologize for trying to take back what is rightfully mine?
Whatever it takes, no matter the cost.
It feels like you're blaming me for some personal experience of yours.
I was at Ostagar. Good people die when leaders do whatever it takes.
Good people know the necessity.
Sebastian's right.
Hey,
That time.
adventurer, come.
To an extent. Sometimes. The question is the leader's assessment correct in the first place? Because yes, there are times when that is true. But has the leader made the right decision in regards to it? Sometimes it's easy to jump to conclusions that he shouldn't. Or she.
Replace your old crap.
I wonder. See if this improves his mood with no mages.
Hawk, the new scion of the Amel family. Congratulations. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Is there anything I can help the Templars with?
Oh, you're kind to offer, but after what happened with Tirani 3 years ago, the Knight Commander has closed ranks. Our own men undergo weekly questioning, and she's eliminated all work with outsiders. It's hard to keep recruitment up enough to maintain our numbers.
Everyone seems concerned about the Qunari. What's the Templar stance?
They are heathens. They will stop at nothing less than the eradication of the Chantry.
Not necessarily.
We can't know the immediate goals of the Qunari in Kirkwall. Should it come to open conflict, we are the largest army in the city. We will be the ones to lead its defense.
I keep hearing about the Knight Commander. When do I get to meet her?
I'm afraid she's become more reclusive since you came to Kirkwall, Hawk.
That's not good.
These last 3 years, especially, she's been very suspicious of outside influences.
That's not good.
I almost wonder if something happened.
Yeah, that's not good. That's actually very bad.
My parents were so proud the day I joined the Order.
You lied to me, but we caught these apostates anyway.
Yes, they found us. I'm sure you're not surprised.
I tried to help you.
They got Grace and the others. With no aid, brought them back here. Only a moment's head start. Where else could we end up?
I didn't have a choice.
3 of the Starkhaven mages were made tranquil. I hear they picked at random.
I did what I could. Well, Sketch seems to be really upsetting everybody. Yeah, it's the... Try it. That's nice.
That's enough!
Okay. Sketch in the details. Okay. We gotta go find him for a reward. I'm sorry, Elaine and Grace. I did what I could to save you guys. So don't take it out on me.
Welcome back to
Clearly, this enchantment was performed by one less studious.
So many mages here could be brought peace by the rite. So few have experienced it.
No, we're not going to do that. Shut up. I don't want you to bring peace to Bethany, Anders, or Merrill through that mechanism. Interesting. Let's just wait for the time being. Honestly, go sell with Breaker. For the time being, I think we should retire Magister's Scythe. We don't sell it right now, maybe we'll think about it. I know what we can do. I'll talk to you soon, Emmerich. I want to build myself up for the missions.
Andraste herself said magic is a curse.
Ah, my young friend. How goes the search?
Wait a second.
Message for you.
About bloody time. We'll deliver the cargo soon as we've unloaded the Antivan Queen.
Okay. That's good. Sorry it took me so long.
I hope this wasn't presumptuous, but I added your husband's name to the memorial wall in the chantry.
Wesley? But you never knew him.
He was a Templar. He refused to abandon the people of Ferelden to the Blight. He died too young. The Grand Cleric will read his name during the Chant of Remembrance.
Thank you. That is very kind.
He walks with the Maker, but it is no shame for those left behind to mourn.
Good job, Sebastian. That's very nice of you to do. I appreciate it.
Kirkwall's a dangerous place for our friends, but you've made their lot easier. Several of them put their coin together to get you this.
That's good. See what we've got here for shady merchandise. Okay. Okay.
If you see a blonde elf girl, run. She's probably a blood mage.
Okay. Wait a second. I don't know if this involves them or what.
The Screaming Mage. You have a lot of enemies.
More than I knew. My reputation precludes me. Take my advice, friend. Stay away from storytellers. Never know what they'll say.
Okay. I don't know who the storyteller was who did this to you, but I'll remember that when it comes to talking to Varric. I'll remember that when it comes to Varric. Hopefully Varric will not have the same impact on me that this storyteller had on you.
The Starkhaven called for its lost prince, Sebastian. Would you give up if the city has moved on?
Like Ferelden moved on after Caelan.
You've been reading.
It's a good tale. King Alistair is particularly inspiring. But I doubt that's how you see me. I don't intend to let anyone die restoring me to my place, Aveline. The risks are mine, and that will have to satisfy.
It was well said. I give you that. We'll see.
We'll see indeed. I think he'll stick by what he says. I think he'll stick by what he believes. To his credit. Found one of Terahini's books. The pages are filled with the secrets of blood magic. You feel a stirring power as you look upon it. I think the Prince of Starkhaven will be a good leader.
Is that the best you can...
Is that... I could beat you in my sleep.
Let's start. Silence her. There, that'll keep you shut your mouth. Wait a second. Try that. Try that. That's better. Okay. Not good.
I could beat you in my sleep.
Get away from it. Run away from it because it's going to blow up.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, it didn't. Alright. Once again, the side shots. Sebastian works best when he's shooting at someone who the guy is someone other than the guy that when he's fighting someone else.
I'm desperately trying to stay away. But the giggling and the perfume.
Don't touch anything.
It's bad enough they had one in the Chantry, but they've also got one here, too. Find another way to tear on Honey's books. The pages are filled with the secrets of blood magic. Feel stirring powers look upon it. Destroy the book. It's filth. Shouldn't be here. Oh, shit. That's what that's for. Pin him. You smack him. Now I need to silence this guy immediately. Perfect. Now. Later. Hit him with that. Hit him with this.
If we can get that stop.
All right. Evelyn. They should have better security at both the Chantry and the Viscount's Keep, so those evil tomes don't get in there. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. Let's do Aveline first. Those are good. Yes.
Nothing like the smell of fresh ink.
Okay.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Guess we gotta get to Dishy's Passage at night. I forgot that. I'm gonna check that area out. Then I think I'm gonna get out of town for a while. I'm gonna sort of scout and skirmish along the Wounded Coast. Maybe check up on that lost patrol. And do the search and rescue for the mages. Let me check that again. The profane. We who are forgotten remember. We clawed at rock until our fingers bled. We cried out for justice, but were unheard. Our children wept in hunger, and so we feasted upon the gods. Here we wait in eons of silence. We few, we profane. Found scrawled on a wall in the lost Ravan Tig by explorer Faruma Helmi, 510 Exalted, unknown author. And so we feasted upon the gods. Does this mean that there was a time when the dwarves worshipped something, a deity, a divine deity, beside the ancestors and the paragons? Interesting. 20 years ago in the Legion of the Dead, I've seen 20 years in the Legion of the Dead. I've seen spiders larger than a bronto. Ugh, that's horrific. Broodmothers lounging in putrescence, surrounded by their corrupted children. Ugh, and unnamed things with flesh turned against itself. Ugh. But worse, by far worse, was in an old mine shaft down from the Hadron Tig. We chased an emissary down there to a tunnel dead-ended in rubble. It was a vicious fight. He picked my men off until only 4 of us were left. When it seemed like we'd finally fulfill our oaths, our fight woke something long dormant. What I thought was rubble gathered beneath my feet, taking a terrible form. A beast of stone surrounding the shattered skeleton of a man. A rock wraith. The spirit of a dwarf so foul the stone itself rejected him. One swing of its boulder hand crushed the emissary, and then it turned its eyeless skull towards us. We fled back up the tunnel, its heavy footsteps thundering at our backs. When we reached the Tig, we finally turned, knowing that out in the open we had no cover and couldn't hope to outrun the wraith. But when it came to the exit, it struck the trusses holding up the ceiling of the shaft, closing itself in forever. Perhaps in the end it felt remorse. Perhaps it was one lost soul recognizing another. From the Journals of Amrun, Legion of the Dead. That's not how they treated me, but I'm glad that's how they treated you. Valdecine. In the ancient days before the Darkspawn, when dwarven cities wound through the roots of all the earth, House Valdecine single-handedly kept the empire supplied with lyrium. One day the mining family shut the doors of their Tig. They spoke not to their noble patrons, nor to their king, and not even a visiting paragon. Days passed in silence before the doors to Valdecine Tig opened. Anxious partners discovered it empty. Not one soul remained, no bodies and no sign of what had happened. House Valdecine only left a staff of strange metal behind. It looked like lyrium and chilled one's heart like a remembered sorrow. The king sealed the staff inside the Tig, and no dwarf ever ventured there again. History of the Chantry 2. When the prophet Andraste and her husband Mathrath arrived at the head of their barbarian horde, southern Tevinter was thrown into chaos. The Imperium had defended against invasions in the past, but now they stood without the protection of their gods, with their army in tatters and their country devastated by the blight. Many felt that the timing of the invasion was yet another of the Maker's miracles in Andraste's campaign to spread his divine word. Andraste was more than simply the wife of a warlord, after all. She was also the betrothed of the Maker. Enraptured by the melodic sound of her voice as she sang to heavens for guidance. I think I've read this before, but I might as well read it again. The Maker himself appeared to Andraste and proposed that she come with him, leaving behind the flawed world of humanity. Yes, I have read this before. In her wisdom, Andraste pleaded with the Maker to return to his people and create paradise in the world of men. The Maker agreed, but only if all the world would turn away from the worship of false gods and accept the Maker's divine commandments. Armed with the knowledge of the one true God, Andraste began the exalted march into the weakened Imperium. One of the Maker's commandments, that magic should serve man rather than rule over him, was as honey to the souls of the downtrodden of Tevinter, who lived under the thumb of the Magisters. Word of Andraste's exalted march, of her miracles and military successes, spread far and wide. Those in the Imperium who felt the old gods had abandoned them eagerly listened to the words of the Maker. Those throngs of restless citizens that destroyed temples now did so in the name of the Maker and his prophet, Andraste. As Mathras' armies conquered the lands of southern Tevinter, so did Andraste's words conquer hearts. It is said that the Maker smiled on the world at the Battle of Valerian Fields, in which the forces of Mathras challenged and defeated the greatest army Tevinter could muster. The southern reaches of the mighty Imperium now lay at the mercy of barbarians. Faith in the Maker, bolstered by such miracles, threatened to shake the foundations of the Imperium. Of course, thanks Mathrath, the human heart is more powerful than the greatest weapon, and when wounded is capable of blackest deeds. Read the Demon's Gift. Read about the Fifth Blight. Read about that. Read that. Read that. Read that. Read that. Read that. Read that. Was Dabbit Height one mage, or a full cabal? I found another reference to Zebenkek in his black journal. The blood feeds, the blood nourishes. In blood the call is heard. In blood the deal is made. My master bathed in a river of blood. Then the great Zebenkek came. Tyranny's beginning. The Fort 2 Black is the oldest account of the Forbidden Ones, though most mages consider them a hoax. But someone had to make that first deal, that first contact with the other side. From the unknown mage's account. The first of the mages cast themselves deep in the Fade in search of answers and power, always power. They found the Forbidden Ones, Zebenkek, Imshale, Gax Kang the Unbound, and the Formless One. Many conversations were had, much of the fabric of the world revealed, and thus the magic of blood was born. Even those who consider this folly dare not utter these names. In the past 3 years, Anders has become more reclusive, verging on the paranoid. Yeah, this is not good. When not with the champion, he spends his time among the Ferelden refugees in Darktown, healing their ills, which is good and helps keep him moored to society, and counting on their loyalty to protect him from curious Templars. After his friend Carl was made tranquil, then killed, Anders was convinced that the Chantry's entire structure must be overturned to free mages completely from their control. He has joined a group of like-minded apostates who are slowly wearing away Kirkwall's circle by helping other mages escape. The spirit of vengeance inside him has manifested more strongly, making it nearly impossible for him to control himself in fighting Templars. That's not good. Since the adventure in the Deep Roads, Aveline has settled into life as the captain of the guard. She has removed the stain of Captain Jevon's corruption and turned the guardsmen into effective enforcers of law and order. This is a positive thing compared to what's happening with Anders. Becoming captain of the guard title should have brought Aveline stability, but she has instead found herself taxed by having so many people under her care. She is very protective of the people she commands, to the point of training each guardsman herself, and personally reinforcing otherwise simple patrols. Injury rates are lower than ever before, but the guards are beginning to feel smothered. Yeah. Aveline is utterly dedicated to her job, leaving no time for anything beyond the occasional sidetrack with Marion. Even that is an excuse to watch over people she cares about. She is a guardian in every waking moment, and she doesn't seem to know how to put down the weight she carries. It might be nice if she found someone in her life, or maybe we should talk to her about relaxing a bit and easing off. Bethany, my sister, communicates often with us since entering the circle, and she is adjusting to her new life with ease. For the first time, she can study magic without watching over her shoulder. After passing her much-delayed harrowing, she took a senior position within the circle, teaching and mentoring the newest apprentices. She is surprised at how many Templars are honest Androstians who believe they serve the Maker and the people by keeping mages from using blood magic. However, this up-close look at the Templars has also shown her the abuses that inevitably occur when one group of people is given life and death power over another, when there are no checks and balances on it, that is. In the military, they have these things too, but there are checks and balances in place in a good military. Bethany, my sister, supports the circle as it is, but this grows harder as Knight Commander Meredith clamps down more tightly. Meredith seems to be the problem here. Okay. Since the adventure into the Deep Roads, Fenris has remained in Kirkwall, maintaining a residence in Daenerys' abandoned mansion. That it doesn't truly belong to him has aroused the interest of curious neighbors, and thus the city guard. Eveline has so far deflected their inquiries on Fenris' behalf. However, she's told him in no uncertain terms that the situation will not remain that way forever. Yeah. Yes, we do have to find a way for him to keep that mansion, and for him to basically upkeep it. Though seemingly unconcerned about the house, and he should be, Fenris has become increasingly nervous over the last year. He doesn't know if he's actually free from pursuit, or if his former master is planning something even worse. He tries not to think about it, taking pleasure in having a home for the first time in his life. Even though his contact with anyone outside of the jobs he takes as a mercenary is very limited. Isabella spent the past several years trying to track down the rock that she lost in the shipwreck. She believes that it's still in Kirkwall, though why she thinks so is a mystery, despite her insistence that she's keeping a low profile to avoid her old employer Castillon. Yeah. Isabella seems to go out of her way to cause trouble. Recently, one of her duels evolved into a bar brawl that spilled out into Lowtown. Involving over 20 people, the fracas caused a great deal of damage to several merchant stalls. Not good point. Isabella spent the next 2 weeks in the brig. Yes. Guard Captain Eveline allowed her release, but not before extracting a promise that Isabella would not duel on public property again. Whether Isabella actually keeps this promise remains to be seen. Sebastian has spent the past 3 years advancing his campaign to retake Starkhaven. He has been traveling extensively between Kirkwall and other Free Marches cities, attempting to recruit sufficient allies to build an army. With me securing the Hawk family a place among Kirkwall's nobility, we've crossed the paths a few times, but an exiled prince like Sebastian has far better access than I to the Viscount and other heads of state. So far, though, few families have agreed to support him with actual troops. Not surprising. Leaving him in the difficult position of trying to retake his city with no army. Yeah, that's not going to work. Bianca sends her regards. Bartrand vanished after the Deep Roads expedition. We gotta find that son of a bitch. Sorry, Varric. We gotta find that asshole, I should say. Varric had to divert his attention from searching for his wayward brother to keeping the now abandoned family businesses from falling apart. Varric now occupies his brother's seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild, technically. I bet he hates it. He rarely attends guild meetings and is hardly ever seen actually occupying the chair in their hall that belongs to House Tethras. He prefers to run the Tethras financial empire from a suite at the Hanged Man, and he never replies to his mail. Okay. Talked to you once before. Okay, Sketch. I don't know what storyteller hurt you, but I hope Varric doesn't do it to me like he did, like that storyteller did it to you. Everybody, make them run. Make them run for it. Honestly.
Order will rule. If we kill them, stop.
Okay. Cedric doing? Try it. Probably won't work, but we'll have to try it.
Be wary. He's on his out.
Try this. Try this.
Jacob, please forgive your children.
Okay. See if there's anything we can find down here. Good job, Cedric. I'm a bit concerned about how quickly I am going through the elf-root potions. We'll check that in a moment. Talk to Bonnie Lamb.
You find things, you sell things. The tricky bit is placement.
I should get home.
See what's back here. Oh, okay. A relic of the old gods once worshipped throughout the north. There are nobles who seek to preserve these now heretical items, but it is more of a Hightown hobby than a serious archival affair. Guess we'll turn that into Hightown. See what we can get from it. Speaking of which, which cash do we got?
Those shits better pay up.
Let's take a look and see what he's got. Okay, that's something that would work really nice for her. But that needs a lot of money, that's for sure. Okay, let's make sure that we've got checked everything. Sock. Okay. It's a hat. It's Waxler's. Whoever takes time to stitch their name in a style chapeau will probably want it back. It smells of cheap ale. Yeah, I bet it does. Okay. Well, we'll be able to pick up a little bit of money from that, too. No, we've already checked that back.
Make the shivers stop.
Should tell you to go see Anders. He could help with that. Hopefully.
It's late. I should get home.
Ha! Dark spool. Is the real dark.
Oh, don't be an idiot, pal. Okay, there we go. Cedric, you just want to sit there and stand guard? That's okay. Got no problems with me. Okay. You know, we have these beggars. We should find a place to help them. Bring them out of these hidden areas. Because, if nothing else, begging down here is not going to work well because the people here don't have money to begin with. If they do, they're probably not going to give you because they're criminals. Or that won't mean they won't. We should find a place supported by them. And I need to deal with this person eventually. But in any event, we need to find a place to help them out. Okay.
What have I done now? You look like you wish to scold me.
I just can't fathom why you're still in Kirkwall. For 6 years you've been claiming you'll retake your parents' lands. You're smart. You'd be a capable ruler. Good. Carry on.
Yeah, it is a good, interesting question.
This is yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Shh. I can't accurately express my gratitude, but thank you.
You check something. Oh, cheap ale. It's almost certainly in the hangman. Duh. Here's your head. Let's go to the hangman. I bet that's where it is. Hangman. If not today, then tonight. Yep. Here you go, Waxler.
I think you let this get away from you.
An old, foolish thing to need. Thank you for saving me the trip.
You're welcome.
You've been nursing that empty mug for hours. Get another.
So here's what we're gonna do. First, we're going to Hightown. Yeah, I just saw it. Okay. Let's take a look at the Black Emporium for a moment.
Few people are worthy of an invitation, you know.
I can imagine.
They search the sewers for the Emporium. And the...
Yes, the fortune boy that you keep.
Poor urchin. And I tell urchin.
Let me check something. She's already got that. I've already got that. Neither one of them do. Fenris.
No, you are not worthy. Starve in the sewer.
Good amulets are so easy to come by. I'm going to wait on that.
Except
Take a look at that armor. Pretty impressive.
never speak.
Let's check something.
Good to see you again, sir. Mystery. Well, just returned not long ago herself, I believe.
Nice.
Those elves you're friends with, they're
So
rather strange.
she was out to see friends and family. That's a good thing. That's better. Immunity to stun is nice. I'll take this one. See if I can sell that. Sell the Warplate of the Fallen. We're done with that. Okay.
Job they?
These boots are better. That immunity to stun is very nice.
You like the shiny?
All right. Yeah, put that there.
I can make it for you. I can make it for you. I can make it for you.
Yes, you can, my friend.
You know, Fenris, as a brother in the Chantry, I'm allowed to hear confessions.
Why would you tell me this?
Yeah, that's being
I know
arrogant.
Daenerys made you do things. I thought you might be more comfortable talking to a friend. You should know. A murder committed under duress is a sin on the one who ordered it, not the one whose hands carried out the deed.
Have I not spoken enough of my past? Does everyone in Kirkwall wish to hear every sordid
Give him
detail?
some time, leave him alone.
I know I do.
Sometimes it's painful to speak, but it's the only way the wound can be lanced.
I'm not always sure about that. Okay, so most of this stuff we might as well just... Somebody needs to watch out for flanking, it would be him. stuff off. We'll do some more scouting and
You've
skirmishing.
had luck on your travels?
Okay. All right.
Say again how powerful.
How much? 21. I know.
You've allowed Sandor to remain. He seems very happy.
Oh, of course. He's our little. He's an incredibly talented young man with tremendous gifts, and deep inside he's also has a great deal of decency and
I'm
humanity.
making chocolate.
Yes, you do, my friend. You make all of us happy.
Those elves you're friends with, they're rather strange, aren't they?
I'm glad that you're getting out, and hopefully you'll get along with the elves better and more. Because if I have my way, Meryl will be living with us soon. I don't know if she'll live with us, but I would like to have her be here with us, or at least visit.